Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Gilmore Girls, Season 1, Episode 11, Paris is Burning.
I'm frustrated.
Okay.
With them and also with myself and how I view media.
Okay.
Because we all know the way that I watch things, I do it from a very realistic, what would I do in this situation type of thing. They are being so fucking dumb and I can't handle it.
Yeah.
Because everyone's in a prison of their own making.
Yes.
And they're like, I don't know how we're going to get past this. And it's like, I do. You just keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay, don't go to Parents' Day. That's like a hard no. Mm-hmm. Lorelai is not to be on the premises. And at all. Unless there is a emergency or a very specific reason, you just don't do it. Yeah. Keep that separate.
Okay, I will say it probably didn't have to be in this episode, but because the next 3 episodes have stuff going on, although I guess episode 14 it could have worked. Christopher is going to come back.
Okay. She
can't have a man when Christopher's here.
Why?
Because the story says so.
Oh no.
It's like a thing.
I'm gonna be mad again. I'm gonna be mad again. I'm gonna be mad again.
I don't know how
I'm probably gonna be mad again.
We'll see.
Because also, I just think it's rich that Lorelai, I mean, she kind of figures it out, but her whole reasoning of wanting to break up with Mr. Medina is she's concerned for Rory. And she's blaming it all on Rory. And I'm like, you fool! You have everyone telling you this is a pattern, and yet you're like, but no, Rory, right? And everyone's like, no.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I love that you said you fool. No, you're totally right. She's not accepting that this is something that she does. And when she's like, I was worried Rory was going to get attached, and everybody was like, did you not mean you, maybe?
And the fact that everyone kept being like, I'm sorry, you pronounced Lorelai wrong.
100%.
And I mean, we've all been there. We've all been too scared because the person's been too great or whatever, and so we have to sabotage it. Yeah. But if you have that many people being like, ma'am, you are the red flag.
Yeah.
And maybe stop and think
she doesn't.
Which I've learned, she frustrates me more than anyone on this show.
She's very frustrating, and also, like I said, because I watched this about a year ago, I binged the whole series again. She is a lot more annoying to me in succession, when there's a ton of episodes in succession. I will say, she does eventually get therapy. It is not until the 4-part reboot, yeah.
God.
And then it's because of the other thing. I don't know if I said it on here, but I won't, just in case.
Okay.
It's because of the thing that happens in between.
Okay.
So anyway.
Does she learn that all of her constant talking is a defense mechanism?
No, it's more about her and Emily's relationship.
Okay.
What they, managed to get through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, her constant talking is a defense
mechanism.
Oh, yeah. Almost. Stop talking!
Almost everything about her is a defense
mechanism. Which, I mean... you learn things about yourself in therapy where you're like, wow, that's a really defining character trait about me. And then your therapist is like, oh, sweet honey child. That's a trauma response.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's also part of, I think that's also part of why I don't want to go to therapy, because I feel like I would just get told off for making jokes all the time. And I would be like, look, I was meant to entertain other adults from the time I was a small child. This is the only way I know how.
Coming from someone who is the embodiment of jazz hands, you would be fine.
Okay. All right.
Because if anything, I am much more, hello, my baby, hello, my darling, than you are. So I think you'll be okay.
That's something that we forgot to talk about in the Only Murders episode. It was the little cabaret number that Oliver dreamt up.
She's just, I like her.
Yeah. Well, Lauren Graham is so charming.
She is. And honestly, I think she's probably the only reason why I can handle Lorelai Gilmore at all.
Yeah. She's also kind of a manic pixie.
Oh, 100%.
And as we found out in this episode, almost an animal abuser.
Yeah. I actually was surprised that they didn't have a pet. Like,
Yeah.
I had been thinking about that, and then she 100% does seem like someone who'd be like, this is hard, and then it'll just, she'd be like, well, I didn't put them on the side of the road. It's like, but you took them back.
You took, I mean, it was, okay. It was just a hamster.
But still.
No, I totally agree.
It's a little tiny thing, and if anything, that is also the counter argument, because it's a hamster. They do nothing.
It's so easy, but it's just a rodent. Like,
you just put him in a ball and let him go. Give him tissue sometimes.
Well, she gave him a lot of
tissues. She gave him too many. Too many tissues. I'm surprised he didn't suffocate.
Well,
I know. I was like, he did not suffocate. Yeah. Was Skippy alive in the cage when she took it back to the store?
Rory said it would just move periodically.
Oh my God.
So you kind of have to assume yes.
Poor Skippy.
But like, yeah, poor Skippy. So I did mention she does get a dog later in the series at kind of a pivotal moment, who she names Paul Anka.
Paul Anka?
Yeah.
Ew.
Like he's like a show host.
Paul
Space
Anka? Okay.
Anka. Paul Anka.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did I don't even know who that is.
I think he was a show host. Canadian American singer.
Oh.
Yeah. Paul Anka the dog.
Oh.
You're like, no, thanks.
I really like dogs. Shaggy dogs.
Shaggy dogs are not my vibe. But
yeah.
He's really cute, and he's like almost magic. It's like kind of fun.
Does he act like Nana from
Not that much magic.
If anyone needs a Nana, it is her. Not sure.
It's not that much magic, but he is a little bit magic.
Okay.
Yeah, there was also the scene with Emily kind of like taunting Lorelai that she knew about Parents' Day when Lorelai didn't know about Parents' Day. So she ends up like agreeing to Parents' Day, but it also, that's the thing is like they put hard days of the week on this episode in a way that like I thought it made everything feel too rushed. Like if we had been a little more nebulous with this, because we had a Friday night dinner with Emily saying, well, it's next Wednesday, meaning like 4 days from today is when, or 5 days from today is when Parents' Day is. And then we got like scenes with Max and Lorelai specifically that are like, I haven't talked to him in a while. And I'm like, 5 days is a while now?
Tuesday. So, okay, so she went to dinner at Emily's house on Friday.
Yeah.
And then they went ice skating on Saturday. So that's when Rory would have said, let's invite Max to go skating. And so then presumably she did not talk to him Saturday. She did not talk to him Sunday. She did not talk to him Monday. And then Tuesday, he probably would have asked her, that's when he would have asked Rory, hey, is your mom coming tomorrow? I haven't heard from her in a while. And if they're like, so they've been dating for 2 months, and if they've been spending a lot of time together, not talking to someone for 4 days when they were like inside of you a couple days prior, I would be like, I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish it was less specific.
I don't know. That makes sense to me.
Clingy.
I have an anxious attachment style that is dictated by my partners. Okay?
I know. That's all I wish, or that it had been like the following Wednesday, like another Wednesday. I just feel like 4 days, you both have careers. Lorelai has a kid. She has other family commitments. I don't know. I feel like 4 days is not too many days.
No, that's too many days.
It's not too many days.
Because that's all anyone kept saying is how much time they've been spending together. If they've been spending every waking moment together.
Okay.
Not talking for 4 days.
Sure.
After having like an incredible date. Yeah. That is a while.
He did make her ossobuco.
Yeah. Gave her Proust. Gave her Dick and Down. Proust. I don't know. It seems really difficult and I'm not going to read it. So.
No. I'm not going to read. I thought about it. I was like, well, it can't be that hard. And then I was like, no, it probably is. I'm not
You mean to tell me if I went away somewhere and did not talk to you for 4 days, you wouldn't be like, I haven't heard from Rachel in a while?
You live in my house.
But I'm saying,
different.
If I went somewhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, because even when I go to the office, we're on GroupMe.
No, for sure. But like, if you like when you go home next month, or whenever you're in October, when you're going away for a week, if I didn't hear from you from the time that you were away doing a family obligation, I would not be concerned.
not like concerned, but like you wouldn't be up there or wouldn't be here like, I don't know if Rachel's coming back or anything like that, but it would be like, I haven't heard from Rachel in a minute.
I would perhaps make a comment to Will to the effect of, it's a little weird she hasn't messaged us. She always does in the past. But also, I wouldn't feel bad about it. You're gonna be busy. I don't have an anxious attachment style.
I don't think he was like that either. Like, I don't think he was concerned. I think he was confused. He got concerned when she was all of a sudden like, here's your book back, and I don't.
Sure.
She was giving him the cold shoulder.
Of course.
But no,
I don't disagree. I think
he had every right to be like, what's going on?
Well, sure, he had every right to be like, what's going on? This is such a stupid argument. Because I agree with you. It's just like TV nonsense. I also have to say it. I am like a goldfish. If you are not in front of me, I forget you exist.
You're not that bad.
I'm pretty bad. I never kept in touch with anybody.
Well, but that was because...
And I moved so much.
Right, but that was constant for you. But you've had roots for long enough now that I think that that's adjusted a little bit.
Yeah, but I really hate to say this. Whenever you decide to leave Florida, I'm going to forget you exist sometimes.
That's fine.
You're not going to be in front of my face.
That's fine.
And so it's like, if I'm not like actively working to like try to hang out,
yeah,
it's very hard for me to like continue to give a significant crap about people.
Noted.
I don't know, man.
No, it's fine.
I just like, I talk to very, very little to any of my family members. Nobody lives in state. Yeah. I don't talk to my in-laws very often unless they instigate it.
And that's fine. No one is saying that like you have to be talking to these people all the time because there's all these people in all the other states I've lived in that like we still talk, but it's not like all the time.
I don't talk to anybody that doesn't live in Florida.
You talk to your in-laws? Do I talk to Connie more than you do?
I don't remember the last time I talked to Connie.
Oh. She'll just like comment stuff on my Instagram and so then like comment back or whatever. No. Okay.
I talked to Arthur yesterday because it was his birthday.
Yeah. He doesn't live in Florida, so huzzah for you.
Yeah, but that only because it was his birthday. And also I wanted to see if he had my number saved in his phone.
But listen, you remembered it was his birthday.
I have a recurring calendar notification.
Absolutely, as do I. I know too many people. Yeah. I need to make sure I have the calendar notification to let me know.
Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah. How do we segue out of that whole thing?
I don't know. Let's see. Lorelai was a huge bitch to Suki for like
she was
for like 3 seconds. She immediately realized
she really did.
She had done wrong. Yeah. So Suki was the first one that was like, "You're doing your thing again with Max," and Lorelai was like, "When did you become such a relationship expert? You haven't been in a relationship in years." Which like, Suki doesn't ever feel like a sad sack about it.
No, she's just busy.
She's just busy, and she's like very quirky and stuff, and she doesn't have a lot of time to like go out meeting people, but. She like kind of froze and Lorelai immediately apologized, which I loved. I love their friendship.
Yeah.
They have a couple rough patches down the road, based on very specific things that are, I think, interesting. But yeah, I did love that she very immediately was like, I was an asshole. I shouldn't have said that. It's like not my business, not my place, like do whatever. But then because of that conversation at the end of the episode, Suki asked Jackson out on a date.
I'm excited that that's finally starting to go somewhere. Because I'm like, you guys are just like basically married anyway.
The whole episode, she wants zucchini blossoms so that she can make, or squash blossoms, whatever, so she can make her stuffed fried squash blossoms. And instead, he is trying to sell her a zucchini tush, which is a genetically modified vegetable of his own creation. I don't know what it's mixed with.
I couldn't tell you.
Zucchini and something.
It just looked like a zucchini that
had a little
got lost on the way.
Yeah. He does that a lot. Because the other one, the rasquat. Yeah, the raspberry and the kumquat. Yeah, which I thought sounded good. I would eat a zucchini tush too. I guess it depends on how you prepare it. Yeah. So that's very cute. I'm super excited that they are going on their date. That's the next episode.
Okay.
So they do go on their date in the next episode. And then Paris's parents are going through a hellacious divorce, and everyone is talking about it, and so Paris is in, like, a super bad mood, and then Madeline and Louise almost kind of start shifting allegiance to Rory in this episode, where they just, like, say a really nice hi to her after Paris, like, leaves, and they keep talking about Paris's mother, and then she shows up at Parent-Teacher Day, and I mentioned she's, like, not a character. I, like, don't know if we see her even one more time, but she gets talked about a lot. And she just, like, absolutely can't hang for Parent-Teacher Day. She, like, can't handle it, so she leaves only after insulting Paris's face 3 times. Like, are you using that cleanser? Why don't you use that cover stick I bought you? And it's just like...
Shut up.
It's horrible. Paris, there's so much softening to come with Paris, and, like, she never loses, like, who she is as a character, but she really evens out, like, relationship-wise. She also has a nanny, who is in a couple of episodes, and the nanny basically is her mom. The nanny, like, raised her. And I think she speaks Portuguese. I think she's a Brazilian, and so she speaks Portuguese. And she, like, at one point she has to, like, ask if she can stay the night somewhere, and she just in the background goes, "Muy mac and cheese," because they're gonna have mac and cheese. Lorelai comes to Parent Day, and she tries to break up with Max and give his book back, and he will not.
I love that he wouldn't let her.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Why are you doing, like, I swear to God, if you try to give me that book back one more time," and she's just being very, like, evasive, and she's really trying to deflect super bad, and he won't let her deflect. And so basically they start kissing, and Paris sees them through the window and tells the whole school immediately.
She couldn't get to that cafeteria fast enough.
Yeah. And she does end up apologizing to Rory later, where she's like, everyone was talking about me, and I just didn't want them to talk about me anymore. Yeah. And she's like, I feel bad. Like, I'm sorry. And then they end up having to break up anyway, because the headmaster found out and said that Max was jeopardizing his career. This can't be the first time someone slept with a teacher. Or a teacher slept with a parent.
But it's not even that they're sleeping together, they're actively dating.
Yeah.
Like, there is a relationship that has been created and curated. Yeah. So parents date teachers all the time.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's such a, like, prestigious prep school, there's too much possibility of him, like, giving Rory better grades than she deserves.
Whatever. Yeah. I just would feel like I would be expecting more students sleeping with teachers. That's what I would be worried about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, especially with Madeline and Louise around.
Yes!
Louise is like, he's
I'll
too
throw
hot.
it at him.
Yeah.
Go
right now.
I could understand a slap on the hand or a slap on the wrist and be like, that can't ever happen again. No problem.
In school.
Yeah. That can't ever happen again. Keep it outside school property. Yeah. Which, completely understand, should have been a professional conversation, 100%. But then to be like, how are we going to do this? And it's like, you've been doing it. I'm right back at the beginning again. Yeah. You've been doing it
the
for
whole
2
time.
months.
Yeah.
So why can't you just be like, man, we fucked up. That's embarrassing, right?
Yeah.
And then when Lorelai was like hat in hand, I mean, like, you were totally right. I was being an idiot because I like you so much. And then you work through it and then you move forward.
Yeah.
That's why I don't date.
Yeah.
It's trash.
I mean, despite being married, I never, like, dated.
It's trash. Always has been.
I've never been on a blind date. I've never used an app. I've never just, like, dated around. I've
never been on a blind date.
Yeah. And I feel like we talked about this once before, because it was, like, it was, like, the boyfriend conversation, right? I've never done that. I've just always assumed that we were boyfriend, girlfriend.
I've had the talk. Didn't have the talk, but was under the impression.
No, literally never. I've always just, like, started seeing guys and then just kept doing it until we decided not to anymore.
I mean, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just very much like, so what is this? What's going on? Explain it to me. Yeah,
I don't know. I just assumed. Just assumed a lot. I don't know. Maybe I had fewer boyfriends than I thought. I only had 4 boyfriends.
Apparently I had 2 less boyfriends than I thought, because
they didn't think they were your boyfriends?
Yes.
Oh.
Even though I said it and they acted like it, But then when I was just like, but you're my boyfriend, and they were like, am I though? So, yeah.
Yuck. I had 2 boyfriends in high school, 1 boyfriend in college, and then my husband. And that's it.
My odds are much worse. My list is much longer.
That's not all the people I did stuff with. Those are just the only boyfriends.
Okay. No, I think I could fill up both hands or almost both hands for boyfriends.
Yeah, not even one whole hand for boyfriends for me.
I've had one fiance, I've had one husband.
Damn.
Now I have no boyfriends.
I was like, also the one fiance and the one boyfriend are 2 different people.
Yeah, 2 different people.
So technically you've had 2 fiancés.
That is true. Yep. But now I have 0 and I'm fine.
Yeah. I want 2 boyfriends. And I want the boyfriends to be boyfriends.
That was us yesterday. Heartstopper. Yes.
And we watched Red, White, and Royal Blue. And by the end of it, it might have been the limoncello spritzes, the picture of limoncello spritzes, but I was all in on that relationship by the end of that movie.
No, that was a very you movie.
Yeah.
The rom-com of it all.
Yeah.
No, it was cute. It was cute.
It started off so tough. I was really, for like the first 20 minutes, I was really worried. Yeah. Especially when Uma Thurman came in there with that.
Hey, y'all, I'm the president. I'm a very serious woman president.
Which also softened throughout the movie, but still, holy shit.
Did it? Because I think we just got used to it.
Maybe.
What do you mean we're going to flip Texas? We can't focus on Texas. I'm being beat in the Bible Belt. That's how she talked the entire time.
The Rust Belt. But
are they not? No, they're not.
They're definitely different.
Yes.
The other thing, too, though, is if you... as an incumbent president are running for re-election and you lose your home state, how embarrassing.
Yeah. So
embarrassing.
Yeah.
All right. That's enough about Red, White, and Royal Blue, although I wouldn't be opposed to doing an episode about that too. So yeah, that's basically it with this episode. Lorelai is crying in bed at the end of it because they did have to break up and Rory finds her. And so we don't wallow with Lorelai a lot.
She doesn't seem like the type that really lives in her feelings for long enough.
She does later.
Yeah.
With something else.
But
yeah, so that is basically it. We're going to go watch the next episode.
I'm going to go take this sweater off. I'm so hot. Okay, bye.
Bye.